Boxing King Media in association with the Riyadh season. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Shane Fury all the way here in Riyadh. Shane, how are you? First of all, you're looking very, very trim.
Oh, I don't know about that. Do you want me to hold this? Yeah. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Everything's good, gone good. On a bit of a diet myself, and I'm here messing with Tyson and that. It's good work.
The fans always love hearing your opinion, so I really appreciate you coming on. But I think a lot of them will be curious, mate. What's the secret behind the weight loss? Because I'm curious to know how many stones you've dropped. Is it diet, food? What was it?
Do you know what it is? I didn't realise I lost any weight up until I jumped on the scales the other day. So I have lost a little bit of weight, but I've just listen. It's just trying to just eat bits more sensible. But I have lost a little bit of weight, but I didn't realise I did until I jumped on the scales.
Your missus must have told you, mate, because they're the first to notice. So let's jump into boxing. Before we talk about the big fight, you know, His Excellency has been putting events on in Saudi, but when I've seen him putting events on in Los Angeles, there's rumours of events in London. What do you make of all that?
I do think he's come at the right time. He come at a well needed time because boxing was in wasn't in the best of place beforehand. So I think he's come at a really good time. And the fights, what anyone desires, if a lot of people want them, I think the fights to get made.
What do you think would have happened, hypothetically speaking, if he never got involved? Where do you think we'd be right now? What do you think Tyson would be doing?
I know Tyson was on he was on an edge whether he boxed again, because it's all right getting I know it's not all about the money and that, but if you're getting a certain amount for one fight and for the last 8 fights, and then you come back down, then someone bids you quarter that, it's probably not going to wasn't going to happen. So yeah, it wasn't in the best of state, but Turkey's come along, and I do believe it was well needed, and he's doing a very, very good job.
When I spoke to you a few months ago, you know, back at your home, just when the cut news came out, and it was obviously a fresh story, I think one of the things you said to me, because I asked you, could this be a blessing in disguise? And you said no. You said, you know, he was ready, primed, ready to fight, and it should have happened then. But obviously, we're now a week away, 5, 6 days away from the fight. It looks in even better shape to me as an observer. So, do you take them words back?
Do you know what it is? Listen, it wasn't a blessing in disguise, because like on that camp, he trained very hard. He put a lot into it, and he was in good shape, and he was in good fettle. But the extra time, I didn't think was going to do him any favours. But he's a good weight at the minute. He's a good weight, but he looks to look at him. For me, he looks like 19.5 stone. But he's the same sparring partner's come in and said he's totally different. So it has been a blessing, but there wouldn't have been no excuses last time, because he was in a good place last time.
One of the things I want to...
There's been no injuries in this camp. There's been no injuries. There's when I say injuries, I don't mean cuts or anything. I mean niggles, like elbow injuries, wrist injuries. You know, when you're 36 and you've been through the mill, there's always injuries. And he's been really good through this camp. And his mindset, and everyone else's mindset, is positive. Everyone's. For me, I think this is probably the best camp. I don't know about the best camp, but the happiest that everyone's ever been.
It's good to hear that. And, you know, the other thing I think is worth highlighting, you know, if we go back a year ago, the news headlines, the YouTube headlines were Tyson's going to duck Uskyk. Then when the cut happened, he's cut himself. We're 5 days away. What does this say to all them people that were saying he's going to duck him, and then he cut himself to get out of the fight?
Yeah, right. People's got their opinions, haven't they? And the people who's saying it, and the people who are doing it they are haters. They've got nothing good about Tyson to say. And the channels what these people keep on what's putting the news out constantly, they don't do any views when they don't mention Tyson's names. More when they don't mention Tyson's name, they mention something else, and it's just you don't even click on it. So the headline could be 45 minutes about someone else, and then a 4-second clip of Tyson, and then it'll say Tyson such and thing. So, well, I know what it is. But again, opinions of them sort of people really make no difference at all. After the Ngannou fight, now there was a fight lined up for after the Ngannou fight, and that was a blessing in disguise. But seeing what took place, we thought he was going to go in there and Polak's Ngannou, and obviously wasn't the case. So it wasn't good enough to then go in a few weeks after the line. So that was a genuine what it was, like wasn't going to be ready for that time. But the rest of them are genuine, like the cut eye. You got to cut your eye when everything's going well, and so on. And the times before that, I'm totally unaware of. To be fair, this I don't even want to get into it, but a load of shite. But these people's opinions mean very little.
And you know, just talking about the Ngannou fight, and it's worth highlighting again, I've not seen one quote from Tyson saying, oh, this went wrong, or I was doing this, or I was doing that. He's always said everything was fine, I had a perfect camp. But looking at him physically, does that tell us maybe he didn't do in that camp what he's done in this camp?
He just never had long enough. What did he have, 6 weeks with his trainer, from being 12 months out, probably being in as bad a shape as me now. You know, it's what it is, and mixture between that being out the ring 12 months and then totally underestimating your character. The best attribute Tyson's got is what a lot of people don't know of. Is Tyson rises to the occasion. You know, when the chips are down, and he knows that's his thing. He'll switch on and then you get the best out of him. Knowing Tyson how I know him, the biggest scare with me is when he's fighting someone, like when he's about to just blow someone over. So just go in there and do your job and get a good performance, come out, because it's never the way. When he's up against it, that's when you get the best out of Tyson.
And are we going to get the best Tyson Fury from all the stuff you've seen? You've been part of all his camps. The Tyson Fury we're going to get on Saturday, is that going to be the best Tyson Fury ever?
I don't know. But all I can say is he's had as good as camp as he can possibly have. He's in as good a shape as he's ever been in, pre-retirement or after it. He's in very good shape. He's very fit, very strong, and no injuries, and he's very mentally right. He's so happy. Everything's gone perfect. Really, 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 really good. Genuinely.
Your dad's involved as well, so it's great to see your dad part of the team. There seems to be like a real, almost like a brotherhood when you see you guys walking together and the way you've been in this camp. But how's the involvement with your dad been? We've got, I've seen some padwork videos with your dad as well, and obviously him and Sugar working alongside each other.
Listen, it's been very good. My dad's been putting Tyson through the paces, and we're very close. All of us are close. Listen, Tyson's got the closest brothers and father that I think anyone can have. These people out there might be able to match the closeness, but they're not going to outdo it, because it is what it is. And when you've got people like that in your life, it's a very very good, isn't it? Like a lot of people hasn't, have they? So yeah, so my dad's been doing good in the camp. Like I say, everyone's been happy. Everyone's friends with each other. Everyone's like working for the same thing, So yeah, I'm more than happy with everything what's gone on.
If you're happy, that's definitely good news, Shane, because I know if something was going wrong, you'd probably just spill it out and you don't really care. So I do like that from you. I spoke to Uskyk and his promoter Krasik yesterday, and we spoke about the whole body shot thing, and because there's a big narrative out there, everyone's saying that Tyson's got to jump on him, got to go to the body, all this kind of stuff. But I think 370 odd fights Usyk's had, and I think I've only found 3 or 4, 2 times where he took a count on a body shot, and then obviously the Dubois situation, which obviously was ruled an illegal blow. Do you think that's a big factor in this? Because Usyk's saying you're going to make a mistake if you go for my body, and Krasik said the same.
I don't see. I either know nothing about boxing, put it on the line now. I either know nothing about boxing, or everyone else knows nothing about boxing, because Uskyk, I believe Uskyk would beat everyone out there. When Tyson was fighting Wilder, can't remember when it was. It was the second time, and then and was going. Wilder was red hot at the time, and so on. And I thought to myself, I thought Uskyk might be able to outbox Wilder at the time. Do you know, it's a different opinion when there's different hypes around it. But I thought to myself, Uskyk might be able to outbox Wilder. I think Uskyk would be Wilder's kryptonite along with Tyson. But as the momentum shifted when Uskyk now on everyone's tongue is like unbeatable, isn't he? Like, and I just don't see it. I do believe he beats them all out there, but I don't see. I like this saying because it's a boxing saying as well. When someone downloads data, when has that ever been boxing? Downloading data, boxing. I don't see what these other people see. Uskyk gets it. Uskyk has close enough fights with a lot of people. And I just don't agree with them. I don't agree with them. I think we're gonna go in there, and I do generally believe that Tyson's gonna have his way, and I think it's gonna be fairly easy. And that's not taking anything from Uskyk, because Uskyk is a brilliant man. But I just think a lot of people, I've been hearing, like, experienced people as well. Duke McKenzie. Well, to hear Duke McKenzie talk, Tyson's no good at all. He hasn't got a gas tank, he can't box, he's just big. Tony Bellew. Like, Tony Bellew will say how Usyk's so good, and
Quote you what Tony said, because I've actually got that in my next question. He basically said with Carl Froch, and they were sat together basically saying that Usyk's footwork is so good, Tyson won't be able to deal with his footwork, and Usyk basically makes you feel tired without actually doing anything, and they feel Usyk will win a lot of the early rounds, and then Tyson will be chasing the ghost in the later rounds. I think him and Froch both picked Usyk to win on points. However, my question to you is Tyson's boxing ability underestimated considering what he did to Vladimir Klitschko? Though that was on the back foot, they're saying that he can't fight people on the back foot, but the second Wilder fight showed that he can. So I'm just stating the facts, but what's your opinion on all that?
my opinion, I've been around Tyson for fucking 25 years in boxing, and I've never seen him lose a spar or a round when there's 4 in and 4 out, different fresh men. So I don't know where this has gone. 1 minute he's the best boxer since sliced bread 2 years ago, yeah, and next minute he can't box eggs and he's useless. So I don't understand. I think there's, with a lot of predictions, I think there's the heart's ruling over the mind. You understand? Like, they want something that bad that they're willing to
You mean Bellew and FROCH want Uskyk to win?
Oh yeah, 100%, because they don't want anything to outshine what they've done. You know, Bellew saying, "Oh, he can't win. He's a boxing. He's too good of a boxer." Well, then the very next sentence, Bellew said he was up on 3 cards. I don't know who's the best boxer. I don't know who you think's the best boxer out of Tony Bellew or Tyson, but I think it's an hands down question for me. You know,
I'll ask the fans. Let us know in the comments who's a better boxer.
You know, it is what it is. Ask them, do what you want. But listen, but again, this makes no difference because they're all opinions. And them 2 men, Carl Froch and Tony Bellew, and the lot of them, they're all nice fellas. You know, I met Tony whenever it was the other day, and first time I met him, I thought he was going to be a prick, Tony Bellew. But when I met him, listen, a lovely man. And if he was on our side, he'd probably be the best mate you get because he's a loyal man and that. And nothing to him, but sometimes the heart rules over the head. My question is to all these experts. I've already heard it. When Uskyk wins, he's going to go down as the greats and all this carry on and so on. But what happens when Tyson wins? As then do you not class Uskyk when he destroys Uskyk? Because in my mind, he's gonna do. Okay, I think my mind is gonna be size. It's gonna look like he's just too big for him. Never the size is the boxing ability in that there. Like a little, I've got a nephew in there, listen, he's just a start boxing, but he's 75 kilo or 70 kilo, and he sparred someone with about 15 fights, quite a good little boxer, but he might sparred someone 60 kilo. And because there was that much size difference, the little good 60 kilo has had 15 fights. It just was, the 75 kilo fella was just like playing because of the size difference. But again, he mentioned a statement, if he was both 6'9", let's get it, let's have it right, Tyson wouldn't win a round. But if Usyk was 6'9", he wouldn't be able to do the stuff he does now. Tyson's probably no faster than small heavyweights. Okay, but if them small heavyweights were 6'9", they wouldn't be quarter as fast as Tyson. Tyson's, you've got to do this. You know, you've got to be realistic about it. If what's and shouldas is just not feasible. It's what the score is now. But what I don't want people to say that Usyk was no good, or there was such an issue, or he's waiting at the right time, Tyson. Usyk was 37, or such an thing. Like, give the man his grapes once he deserves them, and vice versa. I pray. We're all believe in God in our family, but we all need to do a lot more, okay? But I pray, I don't pray for like a one-sided victory and all this. I pray for both men to come to the ring at the best, and the best man will win. And I pray for both men to leave the ring healthy and strong. I don't pray for Tyson to go in there and smash him to pieces and whatever else. I pray for, because I know at Tyson 100%, he's unbeatable. Do you understand? I don't think anyone can beat Tyson. So I don't think Usyk can beat him. And I think we're going to have an easy night. I'm not told Tyson this, but in my mind, I think it's going to be dancing in the corner. I think it's going to be I either know nothing about boxing, because I'm gonna say I either know zero about boxing, or I'm an absolute cyclopedia of the job. I think I'm a cyclopedia at the minute. If my prediction comes in, but that's what I feel.
What you said there about praying for both men to come out safe, and I love that, because I know you genuinely mean that as well. So it's very good of you to say that. Does the winner of this fight become the greatest boxer of all time?
I don't know. It's all arguable, isn't it? You know.
Your opinion.
I think Tyson's the greatest boxer of all time now, but it's all opinions and all. You'd never find. It's not a fact, is it? You know, these old timers, they're obviously great people, and what they've done in the time, they're great. But again, size matters. Muhammad Ali, was he 14 stone? You know, 14 stone to 18.5 stone, 6'9", 6'3". We'll see. Do you know, how would the fight go with Muhammad Ali and Uskyk? That's a more good fight, isn't it? You know,
Really good fight, to be fair.
You know, we'll see.
Boxing chess match.
Proper boxing chess match. So if Tyson goes and destroys Alexander Uskyk, which I think he's gonna do, it's what it is. But listen, it's all irrelevant. We'll get the win. Hopefully, get the win, whether an inch or a mile. We'll get the win. And may the best man win, and a good fair result afterwards, and then we'll go from there.
And looking at Tyson looks now, you've seen him, you're saying he's the best in a long time. Do you want to see him carry on? Because I know you've said previously, if he wins, you want him to walk away. But there's rumours of fights with AJ and Wembley dates getting booked. Do you want to see that if he's victorious?
Listen, after this fight, when he wins this fight, my emotional investment in Tyson's career really ends from there. I would like him to sail off into the sunset, and that's it, because AJ's come on, and again, a good man. But I don't think he's in the argument. I mean, things, he beats him, he's got to beat AJ to be the greatest. Well, this man's beat AJ twice, and we destroy him. Makes no difference. But I don't know, I'm not great with words, but my connection with the emotion, the emotional side of it. If Tyson carries on from here, it's only for one thing. It's only for money. And every good dog has his good as the day. You know, when a fighter gets older, a little things change. You have more bad days in the gym than good. when you have a good day, you don't know when you're gonna have the next really good day. And things change. So, listen, Tyson, I can personally see Tyson go until he's 40 with wins and losses on his record. But after this fight, that's when it finishes for me. From here on out, I'm judging Tyson's legacy and what he's done, and the greatest of all time from now, from after this fight. And after then, it makes no difference, you know, because all these great champions, there's no one's really any cleverer than anyone else. It's just they love the job, the true fighting man. And when you're in that ring walking to it and everyone wants to see you fight and that, I say the buzz what you get from that you can't buy. And all of them go on too long, so I don't think Tyson will be an exception. But my connection with it all finishes after this fight.
Okay, well, it will be sad to see you
And I will
disappear.
not say he's unbeatable after this fight, because every man, you know, like see better days. They see better days, don't they? See worse days, you know. So after this fight, there'll be nothing. I won't, you know, it's 50-50, whoever he fights after this fight. But this fight, I am very, very confident. I've never been as confident for a long time that we're going to do a job and do a job good. But Tyson won't get his credit, but Tyson's not bothered about that. It bugs me more than anything else, you know. But we'll see. I do believe Tyson's the greatest fighter ever to come out of Britain, hands down. There's not one British fighter what's beat. Well, not one British fighter what's beat 3 number ones in their division. I don't know if there's been one, truly.
Who's second? I'm just curious. Who do you, Carl Froch is?
No, because Carl Froch was a great fighter. You can't take anything away from him, but he was never number one in his division. There was always the man who beat him in his division, and it was a pointless rematch or anything because it was just so convincing. The greatest then. Again, there's Lennox Lewis. Keep forgetting about him. Lennox Lewis was an absolute great, isn't he? My favourite would be, I don't know if it's because we was growing up with him, but just to look at their accolades, was Joe Calzaghe. I really like Joe Calzaghe. As a person, don't know the man, he might be an absolute dickhead. But
I can tell you now he's a lovely man.
But I like him looking at him, what I can see. And I loved his boxing. And Ricky Hatton, you know, grew up watching Ricky Hatton. And, you know, he showed us a lot of good nights. So they're my 3. And then Carl Froch. You can't take anything away from Carl Froch. Man fought a lot of world champions. He probably had the best resume out of all of them. But he was never number one in his division.
Okay, and then last 2 questions for you. Eddie Hearn has always kind of backed Uskyk, but he's recently changed his mind and he's saying Fury by round 9 knockout. Do you think that's a genuine prediction, or is that because of these new relationships in Saudi Arabia?
I don't know. Listen, Eddie Hearn, he's a businessman, isn't he? You know, so it is what it is. They can predict anything they want, and it will not make any difference. I think it's a good bet actually, but it really makes no difference. I've known that Tyson personally, anything less than this, what's happening Saturday night, wasn't really a completed game in my mind. You know, and I've knew it. And funny enough, most have been all fucking raving because I've watched him fight amateur and that for fucking hell, a sketty arm little boy. And before he had his amateur fight, we thought he was the best thing since sliced bread could beat anyone. And he's done it. And the best thing about it, what you can't see, Tyson's attributes is what you can't see, is what's in there, and well, pretty much what's in there, because I'd say it's all to do with each other. When he's fighting, there's no giving him, and when he rises to the occasion.
And last question is, I predict right now, and hopefully we'll look back this in 10 years' time, that there's going to be future champions from the Fury family, namely your son, maybe John Boy's sons, because I got to see him in the amateur show a few months ago, and some serious talents. So just a quick mention about your lad coming through the amateurs, and your brother's lads as well. All called John Boys.
Yeah, they're all called John Boys. I've got 2 boys, and I've got a load of nephews, and my 2 boys make me so proud. Yeah, they're absolute. They make me emotional talking about me because they love it. They love, like, they'll spar anyone. They're there with their head guards on, bouncing out the side of the ring. They're like they make me proud. Whether they're going to be any good or not, I don't know. But you've seen him box, they're quite good, aren't they? One of them's quite good. You've not seen the other one.
The one I saw, what was his name?
John Boy. He's the youngest one. He's only 10.
He was unreal. Amazing jab, footwork. Listen.
He's impressive. But we've got a big boy, and he's very good as well. And but with him, I can tell him, and he can spar someone 50-50 with like what gives him a good spar. And I can tell him, right, no punches this round, and he'll go whop, and he'll miss them all, yeah. And then I'll say, right, we'll do that, but put a jab into it, and then he'll do that, work on a jab, and he'll do that, and he'll come out with a world class jab, and bang bang, and he'll do really good. He'll win the spar. And then I'll say, right, open now. So now you'll think it's demolition jab, but it don't fit like that because he's trying to do it all at once, and then he'll like go back to a 50-50 spar. You know what I mean? So it's all learning, but the two of them makes me proud, and I think they will be good. I've got a little nephew, little Tyson. I'm training him, and I think he's going to be good. I've got loads of nephews, but they're the three I'm messing with. I've got a big one up here, what's boxing, but he don't listen to me, and I can't have anyone not listen to me.
Whose son's he? The one that's here?
John Boy's. I've got John Boy's other son, my other brother's son, Tyson, he's got a big lad. And
the one that fought on that show, is he called John Boy as well?
Yeah, he's good, but he's got something what the Furies haven't got. He's got one shot knockout power. He's got Deontay Wilder power. Oh, shit. Yeah, but what he needs to book his training up, because I'll put him on the bag and I'll leave him to it, and then his main thing is to watch me watching him in case, you know what I mean. But he's young, but he's got serious power. But there's loads coming up, and it's a new chapter. But will it ever top this? I can't see it ever topping this.
Never say never, and Shane, genuinely appreciate your time, and like I said, I'm predicting it. They are going to be future Fury champions, and I think Shane Fury will still be around the scene, whether it's your son or your nephews that are going to be doing it.
Stick around and do it, but it's only a sport. If they get to a certain age and they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it, because boxing and doing anything what you don't want to do, it becomes very hard. And if your heart's not into it and you don't want it, you will not succeed. But you gotta love it. But the thing is, do you love your girlfriend? I had a girlfriend once, my missus. Did I love her the first date? Probably did, actually. But there has been some occasions on different people, they go out with a girl, they might not love her there and then, but ask them when they get married with 3 kids, do you love them? You know, you learn to love something, don't you? You know what I mean? It was totally different with me. I'm all right. I thought I loved mine when I seen the book. There has been people what had girlfriends, and you ask them, do you love your girlfriend on the first date? No. But ask them, do you love them when they're married to them? You know? So the better you get at something, and the more better you get, and the more good you get, and the more you might like it. So hopefully they stick at it.
Have you told your missus you loved her on the first date?
Yeah, she knows. I don't want to make this a pansy story, so I'm going to nip it in the bud there. Well, that's it. Have we had enough? Are we all good? All good?
That was brilliant, Shane. I really appreciate your time, brother, and all the best. And like I said to Uskyk the other day, may the best man win. And like you said, they both come out safe.
I either know me boxing or I'm not. I don't know me boxing. So we'll see. I do think I know me boxing. Hopefully I do. Hopefully for all our sakes I do. But I do think it's going to be easier than what a lot of people say. But what I don't want people to say, I don't want people to take it from Tyson once he does do it. You know, give him his praise, give him his job.
100%. I back that, definitely. Thank you very much, Shane.
God bless you. Look after.